All right, guys, welcome back to another video with your man Jay Will. So I decided to go ahead and test out the VR, man. You know, you guys know how I feel about VR. I'm just not a fan, and that's just gonna be one of those things. So let's crack this open here. I got this free for purchasing the Galaxy S8, and you know, I'm gonna try it out and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Just having some fun with tech, man. That's what I tell people to do all the time. Have fun with your tech. I'm gonna show you what's in the box, but some of you guys might not have gotten this free though. So if you didn't get this free, or you had to submit like an order or whatever through this is all that's in the box, by the way. If you had to submit an order, you had to submit something to get this, like through the carriers. I purchased through Samsung, so I got everything free right away. You get the controller there, as you can see, and here's the headset. And that's that. Maybe I'll start doing VR, man. I don't know. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna start doing VR. But I am gonna tell you how I feel about the VR experience. This is all the stuff that looks like it's. I don't even know how to do this. Okay, so you do that. Oh, this is just something to keep this in, I guess. Seriously, guys, I don't know anything about this. Alright, so this is just something to keep it in, or I guess this holds the phone in, or I don't know. But nice little thing from Samsung, another shiny spot. This is a VR. Phone goes in here on top here. This is to adjust the sight. I'm hoping that there's some straps in here, man. I don't see any straps. Let's hope that the straps are in here. You get your instruction manual. And okay, here's the straps. I was gonna say, man, you get an adapter here, so if you want to use the old style, you know, the other, if you still have a Galaxy S6 or something, or just a phone that doesn't have USB Type-C, and then here's the other straps and some other stuff in here, just more straps. Oh gosh, I don't even know what all this stuff is. Oh, and then there's some batteries in here, way down at the bottom. Here's some batteries. So that's all that came in that little box. This is what you get. So, yeah. So this is how you adjust the sight on VRs. This is like a touch sensitive area right here. And this is a home button and a back button. And then your phone will slide in with the USB Type-C part on here, and then the other part there, and it locks in place. Just some Oculus branding. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Here's the remote. You pop it off and you put the batteries in. This is actually a button, and this is like a trackpad. You've got a back and home and volume here. This is a QR code I need to scan, I guess, to do something. I don't know. Maybe it'll tell me about something on the phone, or it'll give me a free game or something. But I'm gonna fire this up and try VR, man. And you know I'm bored if I'm doing VR. This is actually pretty cool. I went to the store and when I was buying my G6, I decided this is cushiony around here. This is a big upgrade to the other VRs that I've used. There's a little proximity sensor in there, right in the center there. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is right there. But this is a huge upgrade compared to my other VR. I do have it that I got with the other ones, my other S7 or whatever. This is going to be really comfortable on the face, man. So I'm actually going to put this all together. I'm going to play with it for a little while. And then the next part of this video will be after I've used it for a little bit. So disclaimer, I decided to go ahead and use the LG G6 to record this video. And I don't have an external mic, believe it or not. I decided to, after my testing and using the LG G6's manual mode, that is what I'm shooting at right now in manual mode. So I hope you guys enjoy the quality. I think the quality is probably going to turn out great. And again, I have no microphone, no external mic this time, because I've learned how to tweak the G6 to give me the best audio. So anyway, we're going to do some VR, man. Let's go. All right, guys, this is crazy, but I'm going to be honest. I like it. I've never been a VR person. Now, it's been a while since I've been playing with this. It's been at least 30, 45 minutes or so. So I definitely hooked up Netflix. I watched Netflix on another with the Samsung S7 when I did the VR, and I was pretty impressed. But the problem with the S7 is that this phone gets so hot, man. It just heats up, and it is uncomfortable to use for VR. I gotta tell you, I said in another video that I didn't see the difference in the Snapdragon 835 than the 821. Well, here's what I found to be different so far, and this is the 820 right here on the S7. I gotta tell you, the VR experience on the S8, the Snapdragon 835, here's what it did for me. It kept the device cool, for one. This device, it got warm, but it didn't get burning up hot like this phone does when I use VR. The Snapdragon 835, man, and I blame it solely on that, because what else could it be? You know, I mean, I definitely feel like it was a Snapdragon 835 that cooled this device and kept it running smooth. When I was watching some movie trailers at times, it was a little stuttering in the actual trailer, but I think that was just my internet connection. I don't see how, but I have 500 megabits per second down. But other things, it was great. I mean, it was a pretty good experience. I can't lie. I even put a shortcut on my desktop right there because I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to start doing some VR. I didn't even box it back up. I'm going to leave it out. I'm probably hanging on the wall behind me when I'm not using it. To be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this VR experience. Another thing that helped is the remote control. Now, when I went into Netflix, though, I still had to use my head to line up the things to sign into Netflix, but I use this button here to actually select things. So this remote control is a lifesaver for VR. I mean, this is a button down here, and this is a touch button, a trackpad, if you're whatever you call it. The home button. When you get on VR before, one thing I didn't like is when it would get off centered, I couldn't do anything. But now I just hold down the home button and it totally just centers up this. I was messing with the avatar, creating a custom avatar. This has been a really good experience, way better. And I think the reason I had such a good experience is because I went into it with low expectations with everything else. My experiences that I've had on VR. I gotta turn on Do Not Disturb. Oh my gosh, man. Everybody named Moms is hitting me up right now. Goodness gracious. As soon as I start recording, I get a bunch of stuff coming in. But listen, I gotta tell you, I was impressed with this experience for VR. I kid you not. I had very low expectations because I don't like VR, but I'm open to it. And, you know, I got this phone, and there's only so much you can do with a review of a phone. I haven't published my full review yet because I haven't done it yet. I'm trying to just compare this phone to anything I can, just get all this stuff out of the way. So when I do the full review, it's not 30 minutes. It's actually just like 6 to 8 minutes, hopefully. However, the VR experience, man, I actually really liked it. I can't believe that I thought it was, I'm impressed. I'm kind of shocked because I am impressed. But I think the inclusion of the remote control here, that definitely helps the VR experience. You get an external pointer, and that helped me at least. I don't know if you like it, but I like it. So one thing that I didn't like about this VR experience. So the first part of the video, I said, okay, I'm gonna get it set up. Here's something that really upset me. I don't use Facebook. And you're probably saying, what the heck's that? So if you don't know, in order to set up the VR, the Oculus, you've got to install Facebook. And I use Package Disabler, and I had Facebook disabled. And I'm going to actually go in here on camera and disable it again because, oh my gosh, I don't use Facebook, man. Everything dealing with Facebook, I had it disabled. Facebook installer, Facebook, all that stuff, I turned that crap off because I don't use it. I thought I had my VR turned off because I disable a lot of stuff, but I have Facebook disabled, and I couldn't for the life of me, so I jumped on Google because Google is our friend. I jumped on there and they said you have to enable Facebook right on Samsung's website, man. I was like, what the heck? Why in the world I got to turn on Facebook? So that took me, and I didn't figure that out for like 10 minutes, and I was getting really frustrated. I started to throw in the can and come back and say, look, I couldn't get it set up, but I'm glad I didn't. But I got to tell you, after enabling Facebook, I left it enabled while I was playing it. Now, for some reason, I need to turn it back on. I'll go ahead and enable it again because I actually enjoyed Netflix. I did this roller coaster thing. I installed a bunch of apps and stuff. It's a good experience, man. It's a different experience from when I was using it on the S7. The S7, like I said before, this phone got so scorching hot and battery drain. So I started the VR process at about 85%, and I ended at 73%. And that may seem like a lot of battery drain, but it really wasn't. That's much less than I thought I would actually have burned through this phone, because I didn't know how the processor was going to handle the VR. When you put it in there, when you're doing the setup, it tells you to turn your phone to Quad HD if it's not already there, and then you're good to go. But I got to tell you, I've just in this 45 minutes to an hour, how long I've been doing this, playing with this VR stuff, man, I like it. I'm not going to front. I actually like it. I kept an open mind. And so next, something else somebody else been telling me to try, I'll go ahead and try it. I'll try Bixby. I tried Bixby before, wasn't impressed, disabled it immediately, made a video about it, but I'll give Bixby another try. I know Bixby's not ready, but I'll try it again because I've been hearing some good stuff about it. But nonetheless, this VR experience has been great, man. I'm super impressed that the phone didn't get scorching hot. One other problem I had is that I wear glasses, so within the VR, I had trouble I had to kind of hold it away from my head for a second for my eyes to focus. There was actually no setting in here to adjust here for me because I wear glasses. And maybe that's something that they'll work out later for people who wear glasses. But I could not get a good solid focus on it was my eyes. The VR worked great, but I couldn't focus right at times. But overall, man, I actually got really queasy doing the roller coaster thing. Oh my gosh, I was like, nah, this isn't even gonna be scary. I turned it on, man. I was like, whoa, I started getting dizzy. I almost fell out the chair. But that's my experience with the VR. You know, I got this free with the phone. If you didn't get it free, you know, I definitely can say that if at least you're gonna watch Netflix and VR is sweet, man. I kid you not. I really enjoy the Netflix experience that I got on VR, and I'm super happy that I powered this up. I gave it a try to keep an open mind about it. I'm happy I did. So it's your man Jay Will. Once again, I decided to shoot this with no external mic and just use I tweaked the manual mode for the LG G6, and it's looking pretty sweet, man. 36 megabits per second is good. I adjust the gain on the hi-fi audio, and it's actually sounding pretty good. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe I'll do more videos and retire my my external mic and retire my S7 and start using this as just like a regular phone. I'll retire it and start using the G6 as my main camera because the G6's rear camera to me is probably one of the best I've ever used, man, especially with the hi-fi audio and be able to adjust the audio whether I want, the directional microphones, everything. This has been a great experience. So VR for me, I finally give it a pass, guys. It's your man Jay Will. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.